Here's why I think Lions Not Sheep is complete BS. And I'm not even referring to the scandal where they were tearing out made in China tags from their apparel and sewing in made in America tags. What I'm referring to is this terrible book written by Lions Not Sheep founder Whalen. And I bought this about a year ago from like Target. It took me about 10 minutes to read because it is paper thin. But I just put it on my bookcase. Wasn't that great of a book, whatever. Then I saw this whole scandal with the FTC suing Lions Not Sheep, and I realized, hey, that's the guy. And I see this guy around. Like, we actually are in the same business complex. I see his black Lamborghini and his souped up trucks. And it pissed me off, really, that this book, I believe it was $6, and it's a complete ripoff. And then I went on Amazon, and I could not believe my ever-loving eyes that this thing has a 4.5 out of 5 star rating with like 6,000 ratings. The first thing you'll notice in this book is there's a few empty pages. I mean, like 5 or 6, right? And then if you just look at the size of the font in here, it is huge. Like if we compare it to a regular sized font, it is laughable. It really is. There's so much just empty space that's been padded out in this turd. I mean, are you kidding me? He didn't even spring for the color photos. And look at the misalignment here. It looks like this is made in Microsoft Paint. And the paper, it feels like it's from, my printer here at home, my HP Office Jet. So I actually found probably this exact book online with these exact specs. So what I did is I looked up cheapest book that you can print online, and this website popped up. And here we have like the exact specifications that he's using for this. 6x9, a 50 offset with white, only black and white. There's no finish on this. Like this is the cheapest of the cheap. Paperback with perfect binding. What you don't know is basically it's just glued to the spine. Gloss lamination, no charge. Yeah, that's what he got. And then let's say he gets 2,000 of these. It's going to be $1.89 per pop. Let's say he orders 10,000. Yeah. So he's selling this for $6 and it's costing him less than $2. So if you're already not feeling ripped off, here's the kicker. And I actually went into a design program since I have a background in graphic design. I'm going to show you how bullshit this really is. So what I did is I put this book into Adobe InDesign to really see what the size of the font was in this 6x9 format. And you can see that I've perfectly matched this word right here. We're using weakness, where the weakness of this book is that it's garbage. So I pulled that, and the font size is 18. If we look at a similar book, a real book, font size is 11. If you look on Google, the recommended size for a novel, fiction or nonfiction, is 12 point. The recommended size for a children's illustrated book, a kid's book about dragons and mythical unicorns pooping rainbows, is 16 to 21. My dude wrote this in children's book size font. So I broke it down even farther. I took the actual font size, if he had done it the correct way, the standard, and one page equals about a third of a page in an actual book. So if I take this book and I put it in a standard font size, is it really 100 pages? No, it's 30 pages. And that is being generous. And you'll notice there's no page numbers in this book because he doesn't want you to know how full of fluff it is. Because if you look at some of these, it's even worse, where he has all these huge spaces and graphs. It's barely a third of a regular page. So that's the quality of the book's production. Let's talk about the actual content of the book, which is equally as shit, right? So he has some cores. These are, I think, 4 or 5 cores, core 4. It's about your body, relationships, mind and spirit, and business. And it's really just generic advice. But the summary here, where he says, do this now, is where we're going to see a pretty good summary of just how terrible this book is. Number 1, hire a coach, because, everybody can afford to hire a coach. So do that now. Number 2, join a mastermind. Oh, not any mastermind though. Go to lionsnotsheepden.com. And I shit you not, there's a hyperlink here for it. Like, I can't click on that, Sean. I can't click on that. So stupid. Okay, number 3. If you do not love what you do, quit doing what you're doing immediately. Who cares if you have to support your family, if you have financial obligations? Just go do whatever you want. Great advice, Sean. Google, use it. Well, obviously you have, because you Googled the cheapest book that you could print and you printed it. One that's not in the summary is he says, copy, copy, copy. Imitate greatness. And I can see it. I mean, he's trying to copy a good author, which he is not. He's trying to copy this whole business model of like this brand lifestyle, but it's all facade. I mean, this is just complete bullshit. And if you look at some of the reviews on Amazon, the difference in reviews is really astounding. Either it's changed someone's life and they love it, or it's complete crap. Here we go. I literally read this book in the time it took me to drink 1 cup of tea at Blue Bottle. So it's short. I agree with that. Rather disappointing. The content no different to what can be found elsewhere on internet. Furthermore, the publishers used an extra large font, 18 point to be precise, to stretch what could be printed on 20 pages into 100. Here's probably my favorite review. Okay. The format is like a long ranting social media post in 5 or 6 parts. I guess I was hoping for more substance and not a 30-minute read. It felt more like a book to say one wrote a book than building value between the covers. I followed Sean for going on 3 years. So this is a fanboy too. So I'd totally feel like a jerk for giving it less stars. At the same time, I hope he gets some constructive criticism and writes a more profound book. You can only write get shit done so many times. You can do a lot better. Much love. Well, hey, this book was written, 4 years ago, but it's still for sale on Amazon, and the company's still pushing out this bullshit. So this is your wake-up call, Sean, because the book sucks, man. It really sucks. This came out in 2019 or 2018, and I bought it from Target probably back in 2020, 2021. So I don't know how much money he's made on this pile of shit, but this is my warning that you should not be a purchaser. So I've never bought apparel from Lions Not Sheep, but if the quality of this book is any indication, and the recent scandal of them taking out their made in China tags because they're, manufactured in China and putting in their made in America tags, then I would say run, don't walk away from this brand and save your time, save your money, and put it elsewhere. There are other people that you can follow. There's other brands that are far superior. Just don't even waste your time. I wouldn't say it's lions, not sheep. I'd say it's wolves in sheep's clothing. And they're preying upon conservatives. They're preying upon people who are maybe veteran status. They might say, oh, this guy's a troll. He's a liberal. It's like, no, I'm a proud conservative, but this ain't it. This ain't it.